I'm here with Gerard Basili. Gerard, thanks for coming today.
Thanks, Shelley. Pleasure.
Thanks for being roped into this. Seriously, Gerard, you've been doing so much research and development on all of the products, and you've got an amazing knowledge of all these different skin disorders. Predominantly, the first one that I came to you with was melasma.
Sure.
As a sufferer. And the formulations that I originally gave to you were somewhat different, and you've managed to finalise and reformulate so that you're only using basically organic products.
That's right. Yep.
So tell us a little bit about your background. How did you get to
obviously a pharmacist, so Bachelor of Pharmacy degree, and then afterwards managing pharmacies and specialising in clinical pharmacy. I began in the formulating side as well. So I've assisted other companies with formulating skincare, mainly based on eczema treatment in infants, organic based.
Okay. Now you've managed to come up with these particular products that we believe offer, if not better, a result than chemicals.
Yeah,
How
sure.
do you manage to do that?
Well, obviously chemicals is a broad term, but what we go by is organic or natural products, or we have synthetic compounds. All of these products are very effective in treating melasma and hyperpigmentation of the skin. I guess we need to talk about what melasma and hyperpigmentation of the skin actually involves so that we understand how these ingredients work. First of all, we need to discuss what is involved with hyperpigmentation and melasma. It is a skin condition where the melanocytes, which are the cells responsible for producing the pigment or the coloration of the skin. Now there's many reasons and many triggers for melanocytes to start producing brown pigmentation, and obviously the most common is sunlight. So sunlight exposure triggers the melanocytes, they produce melanin, and that is the dark pigment that is deposited into the surface of the skin. By combining 6 of the most effective ingredients in the Cougar cream, we make sure that it covers any sort of resistant melasma or hyperpigmentation problems, and one of those ingredients, if not all of them, will have an effect and a benefit for the patient.
That's right. Now I know what they are. Is it time to share them?
As you said, we have the 6 active ingredients that are very effective in treating melasma, and there's a lot of research papers that prove the effectiveness of these products. 3 of the ingredients found in nature, they include bearberry extract, licorice root extract, in which case we've actually extracted the active ingredient out of the licorice root, and so we're using the pure glyceric acid.
I'm so glad I didn't have to say that one.
Sure. and paper mulberry extract. Now these 3 plants found in nature all exert what we call an anti-enzyme effect. So as your melanocytes produce melanin, which is the dark pigmentation, these block the final enzyme process that makes the actual pigmentation colours. So by using these 3, one may be more effective for one skin type than the other, but in 3 in total, we should cover all the skin types and be able to block the effects of the melanin production. Then we have niacinamide, also known as vitamin B3. This ingredient, again, it works on the melanin, but it actually stops the transfer of the melanin. So it doesn't stop the production of the melanin or the pigmentation product, but it stops the transfer from the deeper layers of the skin up to the surface of the skin. So they never get deposited on the surface of the skin, so we don't see the pigmentation there. And the final one is ascorbic acid, or vitamin C. It has a dual role in Miss Shelley's. First of all, it's a very potent antioxidant, so it protects the skin from oxidative stress that we get from the sun, from pollution, from any other chemicals that we are in contact with. The second inclusion, or the second effect of ascorbic acid, is it actually slows down the effect of hyperactive melanocytes. So if you've got these cells in the skin hyperactively producing melanin, then you'll end up with sunspots and freckles. So by including ascorbic acid, we are able to inhibit that process of the hyperactive.
That's a really interesting ingredient, that one, because a lot of people know about it because they've heard stories about when the first settlers came over to Australia on the ships and they had the breakouts of the diseases.
That's right.
It was treated
Scurvy,
exactly by eating oranges.
That's right. Scurvy is a lack of vitamin C. Vitamin C is essential for the formation of collagen. So without vitamin C, if it's completely cut out of your diet, without being able to form collagen, which is what holds your teeth in, they fall
you would
out.
get scurvy, you would have
right.
no teeth, and you would
And
be
your
covered
skin
in freckles and sunspots.
That's right, and your skin becomes very papery and non-elastic. So ascorbic acid obviously has a lot
It's essential.
it is, it's an essential vitamin. Also, we include lactic acid and glycolic acid, which are alpha hydroxy acids. These help to dissolve the glue on the external layer of your skin, what we call the epidermis or keratinized skin.
Can you explain how these active ingredients actually make their way down through all these different layers?
Yeah, absolutely. I guess first of all we have to understand the structure of the skin to understand how these ingredients work. At the very base of our skin, above the muscle, we have a layer of subcutaneous fat. That's our insulation. That's what keeps us warm in winter.
So this is where it's a good thing.
Well, we make the subcutaneous fat. Obviously, some is necessary, too much. We have other problems to worry about. Above that, we have the dermal layer, or the dermis. Now, the dermis is where everything happens. You've got your blood vessels, you've got your sebaceous glands or sweat glands, you've also got your hair follicles. It all happens in there, and these cells are the beginning of your outer layer skin cells.
Right.
They are slowly produced, differentiated and pushed up to the surface.
So is this where the melanin comes from?
The melanin comes at the junction between the dermis and the epidermis, and you've got a layer of cells there that produce the melanin, which is the pigmentation, and that is then deposited to the very surface of the skin. Now, at the very surface, or what we call the epidermis, there is many layers of the epidermis, but the top layer is what we call the keratinized surface of skin. That is a waterproof surface of virtually dead skin cells.
The glue.
That's right. They're all held together by a form of natural glue. Now, by using lactic acid and glycolic acid, we are able to penetrate these layers of, dissolve the glue, penetrate this waterproof layer of skin, and we are then able to increase the penetration of all these active ingredients down to the melanocytes and the dermal layer of skin where all the action takes place. So that's how we get them in there.
So there you have it. It's all very, very interesting to actually realise how they come together and how it all works. Everybody's loving this product, Miss Shelley's Pucker Up Kissing Balm. Gerard, this is a winner. How did you formulate this one?
Yeah, this was a great base actually that we used. We managed to avoid using any petrochemicals, no paraffin wax, no liquid paraffin. We were really basing it on all natural basic ingredients, beeswax, cocoa butter, and it made it a very nourishing base. Then to produce that augmented voluptuous lips, we added two ingredients. One was cinnamon oil and the second was arginine, which is an amino acid. Both the ingredients penetrate the surface of the mucous membrane of the lips. Just below that surface there is an abundance of blood vessels. These two ingredients, they dilate the blood vessels, causing an increase of blood flow.
So are you wearing some now?
I am actually, but I'm not wearing it for the voluptuous lips. I wear it because it's such a great base. It protects my lips while I'm out in the sun, stops me from getting dry, cracked lips. Very, very protective base formula.
Yeah, I love it as well. I put it on before I'm doing a photo shoot, or if I'm doing a show or something, I'll put that on as a base and then put my lipstick on over the top.
Absolutely. The beauty of this is you can reapply it as often as you like to get the result that you're looking for.
Can you please tell us all about bee's knees?
Sure. Obviously, bee's knees can be used on the elbows as well. These two areas of the body are prone to exposure of dryness and roughness of the skin, just from the location of where they are on the body. What we needed to formulate there was a super hydrating formulation that retains moisture in those areas, allowing the dryness of skin to repair. Also, we wanted to plump them up a little bit.
I love the bee's knees because I usually asked you to help formulate something for the wrinkly bits on people's knees. As they mature, these bits come up. Even on our elbows, we actually suffer this dehydrated skin too. So I'm loving this cream, and I'm finding that I use it every day, and I use it twice a day, and before I go out.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, you know, the skin on the elbows and the knees, they are the most exposed areas of the body, and they increase in the wrinkled area. We do need the wrinkles there because we do have a lot of folding action, and the skin needs to be capable of allowing for that expansion there. But what we don't want it to do is wrinkle it all. We don't want it to be all wrinkled up,
Crinkly.
Crinkly, that's right, when our arms are straight. What this does, it helps to reintroduce the elasticity.
Our next product is Rectify. We've had a very, very positive reaction with Rectify, and I think we need to explain to everybody what this is all about.
Rectify, I believe there is a demand for it. It hadn't been adequately met in the market. It's a bleaching product for the intimate areas of the body. It contains 2 ingredients that naturally bleach the skin. Benzoyl peroxide is an antibacterial product that has been commonly used for the treatment of acne. What acne sufferers would notice when they were using this product, apart from the fact that it was very effective in treating it, is that the areas that they applied it to would become much lighter than the other parts of their skin, so it had a very bleaching effect. Of course, being a peroxide, which is a bleach, is the reason for that action. The other ingredient in there is citric acid, which we find in lemons mainly, but in a purified form, it's very effective in bleaching skin. And we've seen in the past people squeezing lemons on their hair and sitting out in the sun to bleach it, also on their freckles, and it does have quite a significant effect. The problem with citric acid is it's very irritant and drying to the skin. However, combining it in this formulation with a very nourishing, moisturising base, we're able to use it safely without any irritation and with great results.
Now, can I just put a little bit on one of your hands, just so we can actually see? So this comes on as a gel.
That's right. It's a gel. It's very rapidly absorbed. It leaves no greasiness. There is no oil base to the. There's no oil base to the formulation at all. So within a few seconds, it's absorbed into the skin to a dry result.
Bleaching the skin in intimate areas isn't really something that's discussed very openly, but at least, you know, with this, it gives you the opportunity to be able to have the choice whether you want to do something that there is this.
That's right. You can use it in the privacy of your own home. No one needs to know what you're doing, but within a month there'll be dramatic results.
Yeah.
We've seen fantastic results post-pregnancy, post-breastfeeding. It's quite natural for the nipples and the areola to become a lot darker after breastfeeding. By using this, within 30 days, they return to their natural colour.
And also, people sometimes get discoloration as well, like in the crease of their what do we call that? I mean, that's
crease of the elbows, there, in the fold.
Inner elbows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. It is safe to use on any part of the body. It's a very low irritant product.
We'll just touch base on one last one, and that's Stone the Crow. So we all know what that's for, don't we?
Absolutely.
I don't want to talk about, and I'm smiling. No. Well, I've actually got this on, so I should be smiling with pride.
Well, Stone the Crow is obviously for the crow's feet that we developed from smiling too much. It's a great response to be able to say that you smile too much, but people do want to disguise those wrinkles around the edges of the eyes there. So Stone the Crows is, again, a plumping, hydrating formulation. It's a little thicker than your normal daily creams. Great to use in the morning and at night before bed, where it has its most beneficial effects. Penetrates deep into the skin, and again, it increases the blood flow to the areas to cause a nice plumping, firming effect. Fills out the wrinkles to disguise those smile lines.
Not that there's anything wrong with them. So I think, smile lines are
a part of life.
Thanks for joining Gerard and I. We are working on some new products, so stay tuned to our website www.missshelleys.com.au.